Welcome back to TOMCON-Versations. Mikey, have you ever nearly ended up staying at a full-on crack hotel while on tour?
Actually, yes, I can say that I have. But our guest today did too, so that's one of the crazy, wild stories from the road.
That's right. Today we're hanging out with Judita and Deanna, 50% of the amazing women behind the iconic band Halo Friendlies.
They tell us about everything from starting a youth group to getting discovered for Buffy the Vampire Slayer and hustling their way onto the band's Warped Tour. You have to hear these stories.
It's an incredible conversation about a 30-year friendship, and you can see them all on the ladies panel, the women rock panel at TOMCON. Enjoy the show.
There it is.
All right, here we are.
Yes, now it's happening. All right.
Yeah, awesome. Finally.
Hi, guys.
See
Hello.
you guys.
We
Hi.
have Judita and Deanna from Halo Friendlies. We're stoked to have you guys. Thank you for coming here and waiting for so long.
Stoked to be
Thanks
here.
for having us.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how you guys formed.
We were in youth group together. So us three. That way we were the original three. And then we had Cheryl. Right? Oh, no, I think it was Taffy. Do we have a different?
Taffy first.
Yeah, it was very short-lived. It was like she was just a few weeks, and we're like, okay, we got to get Deanna in here. So yeah, we were just met through the church that we were all going to at the time. Yeah,
I was like 13 when I met Judita at youth group.
yeah.
Wow.
Did you guys ever play that youth group?
No, but Matt, my husband, Matt Wignall from Javelina, he was the youth group worship leader. And so we started dating. So I would go just to hang out. So I was, older, but became friends with Natalia, who's been doing my hair since she was in beauty school. So she was like 15 or 16. I think she was 15 when she started. Yep. And she went to beauty school at the same time during high school. And so she has been doing my hair for that long. So 30 years.
Wow.
It's been 30 years now.
So you and Matt, did you meet in the youth group as well?
No, I met him. So when I was in New York, I was a music director of my college radio station. And we used to get Tooth and Nail, sent to our station. And then Matt was working for Tooth and Nail doing their PR and photography. So I met him over the phone, and I said, I'm coming out to LA. I don't have any friends. I actually ended up meeting him at Cornerstone this summer and so we hit it off. So I said, I'll call you when I get to California. And so, yeah.
Wait, which year was that? The Cornerstone?
1995.
Oh, okay. That's the year after I went. I only went once, drove out, and it was a pretty epic road trip.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's fun. Yeah. I went to a few in college. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So
no fun. That's not fun. Cornerstone was not fun. It was not fun to be in that heat and dying on stage with lights. Why would you have lights in 100 degrees under a tent? We don't need oh God, that Cornerstone was horrible.
I don't know. It seemed fun at the time. I wouldn't go now, but yeah, at the time.
It was fun. Yeah, I would never.
I had the time of my life there.
No way.
When I went to Cornerstone, that was in 98, and I was 16. And when we played there, and it was that is one way to do teenhood, and it was amazing.
Right. Yeah. So how old were all of you guys when you started Halo Friendlies?
Well, I wasn't there for the very beginning. Yeah, I was 15 when I joined.
Wow.
Now it's, I think, 15 or 16, and then I was 23.
Okay. So it makes sense.
I did something like that. Like in my bands, these guys were much younger than me. I was a little bit older, 4 or 5 years older than them. I remember going and playing clubs where they could only go in and play, and then they'd have to go outside and wait outside. They just couldn't be hanging out in there.
That's how Javelina was too.
It's teenagers in my band.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a mother hen
happened.
the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Watching over my little Halo chicks.
Uh-huh. Halo chicks.
So, and what about Ginger? She joined like a year later, right?
She's like 22.
Yeah, 21 or 22. Or she's a little, I think she was 18 or 19, actually. I think she's 5 years younger than me.
Okay.
So when you guys, were you guys still teenagers when you're kind of getting, picked up on TV and soundtracks and stuff like that? Were you still that young? Were you getting that?
No, we were in our 20s. Yeah, we were older. Once we got all the really good breaks, that we were already older. Yeah.
Yeah, what were they? Tell us about them. Tell us about that. Tell us about that journey through. How did it even crack?
We just started basically like Ginger and Natalia. They moved up to LA and started just making connections, going out, and that helped us tremendously because they were kind of just meeting people. So we ended up getting a show at the Troubadour somehow, and the music director for Buffy the Vampire was there and said, "Hey, I want you guys on the show next week." And so then we were on it, and featured our song "Runaway," and then we got on a Michelob commercial. We got on, we did a USO tour. We got on
wow,
Freaky Friday. The girls met the person who was doing music directing. Sorry. My daughter's trying to get some Roblox time. Sorry, I can't do it right now. Sorry. Mommy's on an interview. I can't do it right now.
This is extremely relatable content, Judita.
Very relatable.
Anyway, so what were they saying? Oh, and then we got on the Freaky Friday soundtrack because the girls met the music director for that Freaky Friday thing. So it just like all these things were because they went out and really worked it and got these great connections. So yeah, we were pretty lucky. Wow. Oh, and then Warped Tour, we just forced our way on there. The first year in 1998, we forced our way on. We went to the show, we went and found Kevin Lyman, and we said we want to be
like, who's in charge of this thing? There's no women here.
Yeah, who's in charge? We were in our
show me the way.
We were in our girl power era, and we just were like, we want to be on the tour. And he's like, okay. So we jumped
here's
off.
Our tape. Check it out.
We were on tour with Squad 5-0 in the Huntingtons, right? And we're like, yeah, we're going to take a little break. We're going to do a little detour. We're going to be back. So we got on there, and then we ended up doing another 2 summers on Warped Tour. So, a lot of luck, but effort. We worked really hard getting, a
lot of putting ourselves out there. I think that Warped Tour thing was pretty ballsy, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, my daughter.
So what did it take you guys? Like, what happened at the end? Like, after you have this trajectory, you're going up and up and up. What happened?
Oh yeah, so Deanna had.
I wasn't there for that part.
At that point, yeah, she moved to the Bay Area. So we went through another drummer and then another drummer. But what happened was we got a really great tour in England with Funeral for a Friend, and we're like, why not? We went for a month, and this was 2001 or 2. I don't know. It was after 9/11. I remember it being just a very weird time. So we went, and it was incredible. We just built this whole new audience out there because in England at the time, and not so much now, but everybody listened to everything. It wasn't like we were so different than Funeral for a Friend, but their audience loved us. And like our momentum just grew. We were like on all the music magazines, and we just kind of had this amazing year where we were just getting booked on festivals and other tours. It ended up being just super fun. Got very close to getting signed. We were getting flown to New York. Almost got signed to Epic right before the music industry just kind of all just fell apart. We were like, they're like this close to being on a major label. And we felt like we did so much cool stuff. We kind of went as far as we could, and it didn't work out. And we just sort of felt like, oh, maybe it's time to move on. Maybe that's our sign, because we all wanted to do other things. And so, yeah, that we just kind of felt like we were outgrowing what we were doing musically. And yeah.
So where do you
What
guys...
a fun ride, though.
It was amazing. Amazing. It was really fun. And I'm glad I did it with these girls, because they were all, everyone who was in the band, we had awesome memories, and we're all still friends. So
now,
who's your favorite to tour with?
Favorite band?
Again, I'm sorry, I'm on a delay, so I'm just trying to guess where I can throw like a question, because I'm on such a bad delay because of my internet connection. I'm sorry.
Let's raise hands.
I was just wondering, like, I could raise my hand, I guess. Yeah, I'll raise my hand. But I was wondering, who was your favorite? Like, in that journey, did you have fun with a band that you went out with? I had a couple bands that I just had a great time going out with.
Gosh, they were all so fun. I loved Warped Tour was the best time. We shared a bus with Flogging Molly, and they were really fun, super fun band to tour with. So I would say that was probably my favorite, because being on a tour bus is so much better than having to drive, because we've always driven ourselves all night if we need to get to the next venue. So that was like, it was really nice to be taken care of, and being with a nice group who were very respectful to us. And then Warped Tour was just fun. It was like camping. Every night was a barbecue. Everybody hung out. So that was probably my favorite time.
Very cool. So I feel like for bands, that's kind of like the how they kind of get hardened, right? And it's like that period where you feel, well, it's like the test to see how like serious you guys are, like how bonded you are and how dedicated you are, right? And I think if the bands that don't make it through that initial part where you're like driving all night to get to a show, they don't end up succeeding, right? It's like,
yeah, you have to really have good dynamics. Deanna was my driving buddy. I remember our tour. We always buddied up, remember? With driving, and we would take that night shift.
My driving buddy was a Pepsi and cigarettes.
Oh my God. We were doing the like frappuccinos with ginseng, like trucker stuff in it.
Yes.
And I was like, I was like 16. Yes. But I was 16 years old, and I'm like, I probably could have grown another couple inches if I had slept ever for those like 4 years.
Probably, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Definitely was not like the healthiest portion of my life.
Yeah, we heard stories of bands breaking up after their first.
We would just choose sunflower seeds.
Yes. Yeah, that too. But yeah, bands would break up after their first tour. But we kept going. Yeah.
I was just telling this story how after that tour in 98, we had been together nonstop in an Isuzu rodeo, because that's what we were in, and it was cramped and it was crazy and it smelled really bad, and we loved each other. And I was like, gosh, I bet when this is over, we're going to be really glad to be done with each other. But then actually what happened is when I was getting dropped off at my house, we were all crying. We're like, I miss you. What do we do? How do we live? And
I remember. And, it was so sad, yeah.
It's like trauma bonding, right?
Yep. Yes, totally.
I mean, I was honestly, I was just telling my kids some of these stories. Like, we made like $80 a day, I think, on that tour. And we were scrimping every penny. And the fact that you could travel cross country on that little money back then is pretty incredible. But yeah, I mean, we would have like our $2 per diem.
Yeah.
Go get your Happy Meal.
Yeah. Like a beef jerky, like starving to death. It was great. I loved it. It was like the best time though.
It was.
Yeah.
I loved it too. It's the greatest time. You didn't care, right? You didn't care at all. It was just like, just get to the next show.
Yeah.
I didn't eat anything, but
it was also just a magical time to be traveling the country, I think. Like that period of time was just
Mhm.
analog and awesome, and like using your payphone cards or whatever to like call, I don't know, like make arrangements with a promoter. You have to like, you know, payphone. I think maybe we had pagers back then.
We have Triptiks. We had Triptiks where you go to AAA and they have these maps, but they would do a specialized map for you and highlight it for you.
Oh yeah, we got those.
It would flip. So you would just go down the, man, Triptiks.
Yeah, we did that. I love those.
Are the best.
Yep.
No GPS.
Right. Speaking of pagers, Mikey, when I brought it up to him the other day, he didn't remember this, but he actually paid for a pager for me because I was helping him with TomFest and different stuff. And it was funny because it just happened to be, the number just happened to be 408 hot yoga. And so it was like, it was a fun little memory. Just it's kind of random.
You're my hot yoga, Roth. You're my hot yoga.
You know, now that you mentioned TomFest and like the era that it was, I had just turned 16 and they were like, my parents were like, you can go, but you can't drive like at night. Like you just got your license and there's plenty of drivers. So I was like, I thought I was going to be driving this. We were in a Suburban, like this 14 people or something crammed into a Suburban. Do you remember this, Judita?
Yeah, your mom had a talk with me. You're not going to let her drive, are you? Oh, no.
Oh, I never heard about this. You got to tell me. I haven't heard about this.
Oh, yeah. We should have private talk.
Oh, my God. I love it.
I'll take good care of her. Don't worry.
Yeah. God. Yeah, I was really, really young. And I think that was like the first time I had ever been like really away from like doing something without, you know, adults. Sorry, Judita, you're an adult, but a different adult without my parents. And then we just went on this trip and it was like the most freedom I'd ever had. And it was wild. And I went to that rave and I thought it was so cool.
So driving around as teenagers,
I just remember all these young people. I mean, we were very young. I can't believe, like, my eldest child is 31 years old, and I'm sitting there going, I was 21, and me and you guys and a whole bunch of other people were doing all of these things. I mean, us as young kids were out there putting on shows and going on tours. And like you said, I got a 15-year-old driving. What the hell is going on? So what a fun, fantastic time that was. I just love all of that. And we were kids. We were just kids not knowing what we were doing. That is fantastic.
Yeah, it was super fun.
And we all had such a productive streak, like such a desire to go out into the world and do something. And I loved feeling like that and being able to act on it and go put something out into the world and be out doing something. And I feel like that's kind of a lost motivation nowadays. It's hard to watch young kids doing things that are just not so like public facing or just out in the world, you know? It's a different time. It's maybe not as safe. And I don't know. I feel like it was a magical time for us to go do kind of whatever we wanted.
right.
Yeah, I don't think people did that as much. More people were the 9-to-5ers back then. So all of us ended up becoming kind of entrepreneurs. Ginger had the chance to audition for Smashing Pumpkins and, you know, toured with them for a while. So everybody went off to do their own thing and crush it.
Yeah. And I guess she's also done work with Gwen Stefani and Garbage, right?
Yep. Yeah. So she's really busy with music, doing her own thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good for her. It's pretty, I don't know. It's a weird, it's weird to how we're so much more connected with technology now, but it seems like there's more fear around doing things like what you guys did, right? It was, you know, driving around the country as teenagers. And I mean, obviously you were older, Judita, but I think a lot of parents these days wouldn't allow that, right? As you were as you were talking about Deanna. But what I'm curious about is what were there any scary moments at in those situations where when you guys were touring on your own, just driving yourselves and everything?
Deanna, that time that we ended up at a hotel. So when we were doing the Warped Tour gigs, we're like, we got to stay at a hotel near the venue. And we roll in the middle of the night. We're like, oh, this place looks awesome.
It looked so nice from the outside.
So it
looked so nice.
It ended up being a full-on crack hotel because like in the morning we open up and it's like zombie-ville.
Wow.
We're like, okay, this is not a regular hotel. You remember? Yeah, it was really scary. It was pretty sketchy. Yeah, full-on crack hotel. It was
super sketchy. I think like maybe like having grown up as like fairly sheltered kid in the church, like I still was really young, and like I don't think it hit me probably as hard as it hit you guys. I was like, oh wow, that looks crazy. All right, let's go. You know, and all the other girls were like, I don't think she understands what kind of danger we're probably in.
So now we were really blessed. You know, we really had some spiritual coverage because we never got our gear stolen. I think Ginger got robbed in London, but other than that, nothing like ever happened to us. Like we really were fortunate.
I was just I have my kids my kids have these friends that are awesome that play music and come hang out all the time. These teenagers, they're keeping me young. And I was just telling one of the girls, she's 16. I'm like, I was your age, traveling the country, like playing shows, out late, driving all night. Like it seems crazy. Like now that I have this friend who's a 16-year-old, and I'm like, oh, that I was that many years old. That's crazy. But I was telling her the other day, I'm like, I feel so lucky that I had nothing but good experiences, except for maybe the crack hotel. But like, no, I never felt like I was in danger. I never was getting harassed. I never was getting like inappropriately treated or hit on and I felt like everywhere we went, I was so young and I could have been taken advantage of, but really everyone, especially the guys, took like a big brother role with me. And this isn't even just Christian bands. Like this is when we were on the Warped Tour, like all the guys from all my favorite bands ever were like super protective and made sure I had what I needed and that nobody was giving me shit and that I was safe. And like I look back on that and I have no complaints.
Yeah. Even like the guys from Rancid just took us under their wing and had us open.
I know.
For them, and it's
gave
like,
us a bunch
they
of
didn't have
gear
to do that, but they were so nice.
That's
like
awesome.
Surprisingly. Yeah. Very nice.
And I think like a lot of people from that scene were like pleasantly surprised that like we weren't smoking and drinking and doing drugs. And they were like the vibe that I would get when I was like, oh no, we don't do any of that. They were like proud of us because I think a lot of these guys were older and had been on a lot of drugs and are in recovery. And they're like, oh, thank God you're doing better than we did.
Yeah.
It was never like I never got like shamed for being like kind of like a goody two shoes. It was like, that's amazing. You're out doing this and you have your shit together and like everyone's super proud of you. And it was a really like everything about my experiences was positive. I feel so lucky. It could have been really bad. That
crack hotel
I have some story
sounds like it would be great music video material. You know?
I don't know. It was pretty bad.
Like a story, you know, like kind of like have like a narrative for a music video. That would be great.
Like an episode of a weird TV show.
On that note, though, I think that we probably, on that note, we want to keep a little bit of this content because you guys are coming to Tom Convention and you'll both be there with Natalie too. And we're excited for that. You'll be on a women's panel. And Judita, we get to have you on a couple of panels, I think. And we're excited to see you guys down there. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Rolf?
Looking forward to see a lot of friends.
Super excited.
In closing, what do you guys have you guys ever been a part of a convention like this where you've been on a panel or like an interview panel or anything like that?
No, I haven't.
I did something for like women entrepreneurs This it actually was like a week before COVID lockdown. It was like the last thing I did with a bunch of people before all that happened. But it was a panel with maybe like 6 other women, just talking about experiences starting and running businesses.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very cool.
And I cried, so that was weird. Like, it's just stressful.
I'm a girl dad, so I have little girls. I had girls, and I was raised in a home that had 2 women in it, and my sister as well. So I have a lot of girl stuff, and I really wanted us to focus on that as something that's was missing from our scene. You know, back in the day, we didn't have a whole lot of girls playing music and being a part of that part of it. So I'm especially excited for that panel.
I'm excited about that too. I had a little bit of a chuckle at first being like, oh, women like on their own panel, but we had our own experiences and it was unique for sure.
Right. It was.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So Judita, are you still doing UGC content? Like, are you still, is that your main gig right now? Or
yeah, I just do that from home. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So where can people find out about how to hire you or if they need your services?
Probably go to like my Instagram, Judita Wignall. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been doing content creation just like recently, just for fun, because it's kind of in my tool set of things I do.
I saw some of the stuff you did, and it's primo. It's like very professional.
Thank you.
Top quality, absolutely. So
appreciate it.
She's good at what she does, people. So check out her work. Yeah. Cool. And then one last question. So I have 3 kids right now, and we've got another one on the way. And I wanted to ask, how many kids do you guys have?
I have 3. I have a 4-year-old son and 11 and 14-year-old daughters.
Okay. Will they be coming to TOMCON?
Yes, they will.
Okay, great.
So someone's gonna have to watch the 4-year-olds.
My daughter, I just have one daughter. She's turning 10. I don't think she's gonna come. Okay. I think Matt will come on Friday, and then I'll come on Saturday. But we'll take turns, whoever is home too. Yeah.
Cool. Well, kids are joining free, so we're gonna have. We might not necessarily designated space for them, but we'll have something, for them to do while the panels are going on. There's a pool also, so.
Then maybe
playing out in the street.
Yeah. And yeah, they can go play in the street, play ball in the street. Those are the days, right?
Right.
We could actually do that. Our kids aren't going to be coming, unfortunately, but yeah, it's going to be family friendly. So let people know.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
My kids are excited. They've never seen like this side of my life.
What was that, Deanna?
Can't wait. Oh, my kids are excited. My older kids are excited because they've never like known me in this way,
Oh, yeah, right.
And we live like out in the middle of nowhere, so they don't know any of these people, and they've never, I don't know, gotten to see me do like a band thing. So they're excited.
Awesome. Cool. Well, we're excited to see you guys and hang out.
Yeah,
likewise.
And I'm sure a lot of people are as well. So thank you guys so much for joining us. And
my pleasure.
Look forward to seeing you in a few weeks.
Yeah. Thank you. See you then.